did was that Onua Kasakra, he didn't have access to the entire process. I think so all politicians, all kind of say people find it difficult to believe, but those of us who are close, we know say he didn't get access. The Director General for Ghana Education Service himself also never got access. You know, almost everybody disconnected himself or herself into Obasha of all the controversies even around the CBB and all that and Okrano. You will never hear minister needing in the process or the Director General needing in the process. It is because they genuinely stayed away. They wanted the process to go through smoothly. In terms of people paying monies and all that, no currently yes we are to be. I won't sit here and deny. Yes we are to be. In fact, for some of them, as a PRO, I placed a call to some of them saying, so what? And I will go to Skebia, no be Skebia. Give us the name, give us the details. Let's push it forward. Nanka, pursue some of these individuals. And unfortunately, many of our parents and I am gatekeep the details of such persons. You know, on shada body, on shada mouth contact, on shada mouth details. Be but we one or bet your Facebook say, oh, person go school more here to your 30,000 and not to your 20,000. Or reach out and they don't really give you any further details. It's initially mekano yesra wofo no yesra students no yesra media no yeah partners in this process ntinka yenyina yamboa if we go through any process be na unfair process na etwetwenwa so a just reach out, give us the details. The other day the Minister for Education himself mentioned say about 10 people so far are under the radar have been picked up for investigations because my brother, secondary school now, what is it? Say, bedroom baby, we want to now commercialize it. I feel a collabi person who school more. Why and who we share the you know, we also want to 30,000 and to once away to my school. When I did ask them, into no, genuinely. But as I said, na politicians, normal casa, people look at them with skepticism, and people want to doubt. But genuinely, we wish we can completely eradicate all this mikochiaska way, mediska way far. We want to eradicate all so that akolawo J3 no kocho bi so nim say me se metena se na mesua de nkwa de a na me pass me nso hwa me school first choice and second choice and third choice the men sabeka na ma school mo. When we give our children this level of assurance for them to grow up knowing say or minor meritorious to a very large extent, and that's what we attempted to do.
Very well. My Yembra, before I ever wrap it up, concerns about the dress code, the code of conduct for a year pre-tertiary level student, any a year acquire one more assess of us you mutini the akika kenya. Now this is an entrenched position a minister taking. I'm sure say by far GES is what take that stand. Say we are collize so 12. Now just me eco school when you're ready there not just a school no na on person beko. My on that is it really the case GES any ministry no open for such conversation say baby I do society no evolve for that reason maybe we would have to reconsider some of these things because you see, your Mwakula Aba old school, right? Capital punishment, you there free or first and donkey and your questions in the intimate use of phones. Says in Kalani Baby use tablet in the phones.
That's correct.
In the schools. Now, what actually motivated such decisions to be changed? And why is it when it comes to dress code, more so much entrenched in it? But the telephones and other things are almost in schools, you know. Okay, so
let me start from this angle. We have still not allowed the use of phones in schools. Of course, you will find one or two children who sneak mobile phones into the dormitories and all that, but officially, Ghana Education Service, even though we accept that technology has become so important, you're integrating into our new curriculum. Now, let's talk about the dress code. Initially, I mentioned it's a Ghana Education Service. We manage one of the largest agencies in the country. In fact, direct students are manage they are getting close to 10 million from KG Akwapim Senior High School.
Okay.
Na yajitum say enkwala no bia fi different background neighbor. ebi fie sebe iska kakra oho ebi fie baby a me fi so edro tebi krom ye ni iska kakra wo school kra ye ma iska yes ye bo break abra fie be didi ye nso ye oho ye wo ebi mo fi Christian background, Muslim background, ebi mo ha ye drive na ye be drop your school ebi nso ha 90 kilometers na dey school. In fact, there were different people coming from different backgrounds, all walks of life na omoba school mo. Now yamoye orientation as Ghana Education Service say no matter the background that we feel bano who do school gate now drop it and enter the school classless. In other words, we don't want to say CCA, if you walk into any senior high school, we don't want you to be able to look through the student and be able to tell, say, akwawe ofisika fie, we any fie ni bi, we are a Christian, we are a Muslim, and all that. We don't want you to be able to tell that from their physical appearances.
Okay.
Oh yes, a classism now we start at the abano. Inti afi ebedu baby no esikafono no the expensive hair beba school, or the expensive shoes beba school, or the expensive dresses beba school, and here for no the cheaper hair beba school, cheaper. And oh yes, you are widening the already controversial gaps we have in our society.
Okay.
Into school classroom one dear ye remua quickly no ano time a yenyina de kwa assembly ye baako, time a yenyina de kwa dining ye baako, school atare a yehye eye baako, ye fingernails eye baako, ye mpabo a yehye eye baako, sebe ediban po a ye di wo dining eye baako, because when ye ho na ye ba be kire say we. And you know, some of the big people, they have their children in schools. And you want to say, "Me a big man, but intino me krano uniform I measure and ampabo I measure no is so expensive." Intino the concept of uniform and now uniformity no, and your school at our physical dress na wash and kwamu, even in terms of their behavior. Say be yabo break time, we expect that all of us will go out for break. Say it is time for learning, and we expect that all the children will come in and learn. It is time for preps, all the children should go for preps. So uniformity no is expected to be there. Eboa man kwala no ankasa omo adesua and don't forget, so we are training these children for the world of work, and the world of work no is purely regulated.
Okay.
Na na me ya adwene say nyame anim no kwan ni ye wonsem bi wo ha sanke ye jai wa ka obeka pa na mbom wadwuma na ethics nti wo pese wo kan bat na wo de ahye wo ho kakra e bia ye wo places bi wan ka wo de unya ya ka obeka kwatena ho pa but adwuma na nhyehyɛ ye nti na wa limit wo ho kakra. Yeah, nkwalaya ya chiro mo ade say omo wie school, those who want to enter the military, the boys now will beard kama very neat ones and will pill one pull else a walk will beard nina woko ifru because of the regulation of the military. Those who want to go into nursing, they have to drop their expensive dress and put on the nursing uniform. Nina even in the world of work no and to say if you are training your children to become useful even to the world of worker, then the concept of regulation cannot be taken away. You have to regulate their behavior, their perceptions, their thinking and all that. And this is where the hairstyling of the learners come in. So I know one. Number two, men will say Nkrofo bebre are very quick when they are citing example, quick to say that oko America, oko UK, oko advanced countries now they leave their students to have their hair on and all that. Ms. Rowe, when you go to some of these countries, 90% of the students, senior high school students, they are day students. Wofifie na eba school, about 90% of them. Opa Ghana the converse is the case here. In Ghana here, about 80% of our students are boarders. Into dynamics, here a bit different. Here, kwa say, America here and quickly na yen kwatam na yen fambra Ghana. And I said, you'll be kwatam double track the buy actually abetunye. Can and I'll raise concern quickly. America, there are certain schools that are doing double track, and they any into examples are, of course, there was international examples you would want to.
The boss is here, so I just have about 2 minutes now. DSC double track, no, is it still in existence?
Yeah, so
and I'm a year for her.
In fact, from day one, and I am very happy, say right from the ministry level to the Ghana Education Service, largely largely we haven't achieved perfection, but largely I think we have been transparent from day one in our communication with the public. Say right from day one, 2027, that is should be 2 years from now. Say, looking at the vastness of the issues we have come to meet and the destruction we have seen and the complete mess we came to meet. And yeah, 1 day na yede be ho adwuma, and yeah 2 days na yede be cleaning into Ghana for mine from now to 2027. I can assure you 100% that the committee working on this double track conversion have done a very extensive, in fact, collected data on all the schools, what they would need to move from double track to single track and all that. We have still given ourselves from now to 2027, say, ye movement, those that will need a school classroom bako, classroom block bako, it will be built for them. We also realize that for some of the schools, they will need tables and chairs. We are also making sure. We also realize that for some of the schools, a mere oversubscription. In other words, they don't have any serious problem. The only problem is that a lot of children want to go to those schools. That's the more reason the double track has come. I give you an example. There are certain schools currently, say only 20 students have reported. Into whilst we are seeing almost over numbers or overpopulation in certain schools, other schools are recording underpopulation. So realize a part of the problem, a rationalization and as a distribution of the student across the various schools. And into all those information I gather, and I'm able to give you this information because I sit in that committee, and so I know the work that they are doing. Into Ghanaians 1 million up to 2027. In fact, from day one, this timeline, and that's the timeline we are working with. The mess is very deep. The mess very strong. In fact, let me give you an example. The third year student, finally, let me end. The third year student, SHS student, what third year CCI, you can say, when they were in Form 1, they spent only 1 month in school and moved to Form 2. That's how deep the mess is, right? And that is the reason why currently all the Form 3 students, they are not operating on a double track. All of them have gone to school, and then they will stay in school until they write their WASI.
So till when are you going to eradicate this?
Yes, 2027. I've mentioned, we have given ourselves up to 2027 to make sure, we will streamline things and then solve this problem.
All right, Daniel Fenyi, thank you very much, Anope, for your time.
Yes, we got.